At my grandfather's memorial, his much younger widow didn't even wait for the reception to end before making her move. She stood up, perfect posture, flawless makeup, and insisted the attorney read the will, right there, in front of everyone. No one stopped her. I didn't either. I just nodded. Because I knew something, she didn't. My grandfather wasn't a loud man. He didn't need to be. He built his life from scratch, decades in real estate, quiet deals, steady growth. By the time he reached his late 70s, he had more than enough, but you'd never guess it from the way he lived. Simple, disciplined, private. Then my grandmother passed. For years, he stayed alone, until one night, at a fundraising gala, he met her. Lena. She was 26. Within months, they were married. Everyone saw it for what it was. Except him. I tried to talk to him once. Just once. I told him people were concerned, that maybe things were moving too fast. He didn't get angry. He just looked at me and said, I know what I'm doing. So I stepped back, and I watched. Lena didn't ease into his life, she took it over. The house was redesigned within weeks. Staff who had worked there for decades were suddenly gone. Old friends stopped visiting. His phone calls became filtered. Everything went through her. Then came the announcement. She was pregnant. At his age, she posted it online, before telling the family. I said nothing. Less than a year later, he passed away. Quietly, in his sleep. The funeral was full. Friends, colleagues, people who genuinely cared about him. Then Lena arrived, dressed more for a high-end event than a memorial. Not a tear in sight. The baby rested on her hip, like part of the outfit. She sat front row, facing everyone, waiting. The service barely ended before she stood up. My husband believed in transparency, she said smoothly. I think it's only right, the will is read now. And then, she looked directly at me, like she was daring me to object. I didn't. I simply nodded to the attorney. He stepped forward, unfolded the document, and began. The numbers were significant. Millions in liquid assets, the house, investments, everything. With each line, Lena's confidence grew. You could see it, her posture, her expression. She thought this was her moment, her win. Then, the attorney paused, turned the page, and everything changed. There is a condition attached to all inheritance designated to the surviving spouse, he said. The room went still. A legal paternity test must confirm that the child born during the marriage is the biological child of the deceased. Silence. A failure to comply, or a negative result, will void the entirety of the inheritance. No one moved, not a single sound. Lena blinked, once, then again. It was like watching the realization hit her in slow motion. Confusion, then panic, then something deeper. Fear. She looked at the attorney. Then, at the casket. As if somehow, the man inside it could fix this. But he couldn't, because, he already knew. In his final months, my grandfather had figured it out. And instead of confronting her, he planned. Lena's face drained of color. Her grip on the baby tightened. And then, she broke. She doubled over, getting sick right there beside the casket. The sound echoed through the room. The baby started crying. She collapsed, shaking, unable to hold herself together anymore. I stood up quietly, walked past her, didn't say a word. I placed my hand on my grandfather's casket, said goodbye, and walked out. She wanted an audience for her victory. Instead, she gave them the truth.